Hello everyone, Melissa Weichel here. I am a level 2 student with Dancing for Him Ministries, and today I'm just going to share with you some things that I learned from the Unity in Motion DVD. I really enjoyed this DVD, and I found myself, I actually watched it twice, and I'm sure I'll watch it again, but I was remembering when I went to my very first conference, and we were doing artistic worship, and one of the gals had grabbed me, and I was worshiping and I was following, and one of the gals had put me in front to lead. Big mistake. Because I get so involved in the worship music sometimes, and I forget people are behind me, and I was so excited. It was after the conference, and I was just like so full of joy. I was not thinking about anybody following me, and I was just doing crazy stuff. But anyway, lesson learned. But this really I really loved it. I love the teaching of how powerful unity in dance is. And I just wrote a couple of notes to share with you, and then I'll just show you maybe a transition step because I thought that was really cool to learn that. But I think my biggest takeaway, what I really loved was unity is the quality of being in one spirit, sentiment, purpose, harmony, and agreement, and a unified group or body. Also, I loved how she explained when we come together in corporate worship, in unity, we're taking responsibility for coming together for God's purpose. And it reminded me of how we are all pieces of a puzzle. And when we come together and those pieces come together and that puzzle is completed, God's purpose can be done. So it reminded me of that. But all the demonstrations were very easy to follow, and I really enjoyed that. Very simple movements. What I will always keep in mind, and especially if I'm ever put in the position of people to follow me, is number one, keep it simple. Very simple, easy movements. Also for it to be repetitive. So keep repeating. And sometimes I think we feel like it's boring if we keep doing the same stuff over and over. So for me, that's how I've felt a lot of times. And so I'm always just changing things. But when you're leading a big group or a congregation, that's important so that you can find it easy to follow. And definitely if you're teaching. So this is something very, very important. And then keep it predictable. I love that. So if they know which way you're going or what you're going to be doing in slow changing movements, then it's much easier to follow, and you're a good teacher. You know, that shows that you're teaching very well because people can follow you. So I wrote down a couple of notes. It says, when we're moving with the music, we're in agreement with the words. I loved when Pastor Lynn said that. That's why it's so important to be mindful of what we're listening to as well. But we are, when we're moving with the music, we're in agreement with those words. And so I thought that was I love that. And then I loved the part that she said, we need to be doing moves that everyone can do, no matter what their age, no matter what their disability, but everybody should be able to follow along. So anyway, I'm just going to do a couple of transition moves so you can see that. All right, let me move this. Couple of easy little movements that I really liked. And what's important is to start off, maybe like you're first starting with your legs with 2 counts, and you're going 1, 2. You're not moving your arms. 1, 2, 1, 2. Then you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to add some arms. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyway, you get the idea. Don't have to keep. But to be repetitive, not changing the legs and the arms at the same time. Change one or the other when you're doing transitionings. This is important. But again, keep it simple, repetitive, and predictable, and which this is the total opposite of choreography. So to keep that in mind when you're doing Unity in Motion and corporate worship. So anyway, I really enjoyed this DVD, and I hope you did as well, just from the little basics that I gave to you. Until we meet again, be blessed, my friends. I love you.